We are live. Well, we've got some new miners, guys, and some grumpy mining devs. Thank you guys for joining on today's excuse me. Thank you guys for joining on today's live stream. I actually can't even here you go. Sorry about that. I don't even know where this I don't even know where this window is on my farm. Anyway, thank you guys for joining in on today's live stream. I kind of got stuck. Sorry about that. Let me fix these. I got stuck and I just got into an argument with SRB Miners Dev, so that kind of delayed me from starting. He didn't like my video, and I'm not sorry about that. I just didn't like my video. He didn't like that I'm honest. Anyway, so hey guys, welcome to Wednesday's live stream. There will be no live stream on Friday, so this one might go a little longer. Today we are talking about Xelis. We've got two new miners that have released since Monday. It's been quite a bit busy 24 hours. One dev is happy with me, and one of them is not happy with me, and I will go into that in a little bit. I think it's kind of funny, but what are you gonna do? Can't please everybody. And then we will go over AMD, a lot of clickbait based on AMD's GPU business. And I talked to some people who are good in business, and some who aren't, and so yeah. So what's going on, everybody? First thing is, I did release a video this morning saying do not mine Xelis with AMD GPUs yet. And it left a lot of people in the Xelis Discord bitter about it. I don't know why. And SRB Miner was very angry at me. I don't know why he was. It's the truth. Like, you shouldn't be mining on this GPU. You shouldn't be mining on AMD GPUs. And he was telling me that he didn't like my video because he said it was clickbait. And he also said that I didn't use the proper overclocks, which, if you watch the video, I fully admit I didn't. I'm going to put them up here for you guys to see. But what I was getting at was the proper overclocks don't matter. When you look at what a 3070 gets on Rago Miner right now versus what all of these AMD GPUs are getting. For anybody listening in the car, I'm essentially pulling up all of my testing. Now, it was brief testing. I'm fully the first to admit that. But if you look, the BC250 gets 36 kilohash. The 6800 XT gets 69 kilohash. The BC160 gets 52 kilohash. Now, I want to state that these are all just kapow overclocks, and I did not take the time to optimize any of these overclocks. But you don't need to. Like, why do I need to optimize these overclocks when when a BC250 should be getting more than a RTX 3070. Now, I do want to preface that these are literally, like, this is the first build. So I don't know why he was mad about it. I just don't think people should be mining. You shouldn't waste your time using this first build when you are literally getting less than 1660 super hash rates for most of these GPUs. Look right here. So the 1660 supers on Rago, look at what they're getting. They're getting 49 to 52 kilohash. Like, you shouldn't be wasting your time. Now, if you want to waste your time, you can. Like, this isn't me telling you that that we don't like it. But it does mean that you shouldn't bother using it right now. Like, he thinks I'm trashing him, and I'm not. It's a good first build. Like, you shouldn't be mining with 1.0 miner right now. 1.0 miner gets 60 kilohash on a 3070. You shouldn't be using it. Like, it doesn't mean he's a bad person or the thing's bad, but like, people ask me for information and I don't think it's worth it. My AMD GPUs are not mining on Xel. So, I'm sorry, they're typing in the Discord and I'm typing along. Hold on one sec, sorry. Anyway, like, it's just kind of ridiculous that he gets mad about it because it it just doesn't make sense to mine on them right now. If this was a week ago and he had this miner out a week ago, it would have been great. But yeah, I just think it's silly that he's mad about it. You can have constructive criticism. All the other devs have constructive criticism. So anyway, that is just my opinion on SRB Miner. It's just not worth using yet. Like you shouldn't be using any miner on Xelis but Rago. So catching up on chat, I'm gonna just jump into the chat real quick. What's going on? Just looking around. He runs Viper Pool, which is one of like 3 pools you can mine Xelis on. Check him out. Golden Wolf says that he's in the car. Thank you for listening, brother. Zapirate is testing his Radeon 7. He says he got it up to 28 kilohash. My Radeon 7 just crashed. I didn't even bother. Like if you look at, I'm showing the quick screen grabs I took, and my Radeon 7, I couldn't even get it mining. But like, I'm not going to take the time to properly overclock these when everything will change. Like if you looked at my video where I compared 1.0 miner to Rago Miner, the overclock settings changed. So like, I don't want to waste my time on AMD when I don't need to yet. Just looking around says, yep, the AMD GPUs are off. Yeah, like I'm glad he released the miner. It's great. And if you read the title of my video, it says don't mine on it yet. Like I'm just saving you guys time. Now, obviously, if people want to test on it, I put a link to it. So some people just can't handle constructive criticism. And he's like, I don't want you to make another video on it. And I'm like, well, too bad you don't get to make that call. So I'm here for you guys to give you proper information. And honestly, like, this is my first time getting a lot of pushback from somebody who didn't like my video content. And, it is what it is. It is what it is. I also don't think you should use 1.0 miner too. But we'll move on to, so I talked about SRB. I'll put a link right here. You can try it out. It's not hard to set up the flight sheet. Again, though, it's not profitable yet. And when it is, I will be the first one to release a video, apparently against his will, that, because he doesn't want me to release one, but that's too bad. So, Zapirate says, I like testing random stuff, don't really mind. Yeah, look, I'm not telling you. I'm like, there are people who literally want to know, should I turn my AMD GPUs to this or not? And that's who that video was for. Like, anybody who's testing them anyway, like, they're going to test whether I tell them to or not. So it doesn't really matter. Zigminer says, my AMD GPUs are on Pyrum. That's awesome. My BC 160s are on Iron. My BC 250s are on Iron and Cubic. Well, one of the rigs is taking a big poo-poo. And I don't know what is wrong with it. Oh, nope. It looks like it's up now. Something happened to it. It's on wart right now. Just temporarily on wart. I kind of have to, when this stream is done, I'm going to have to fix it. Put it that way. And then I'm on my 6000 series is actually on Chlor AI, because rentals are pretty popular, and I'm just building up a bag of it, honestly. So we're still on SRB Miner. Nope, I forgot to switch over. I'm going back to Chlor AI right now with those. So the next miner I want to talk about is Rago Miner. The latest Rago Miner released, and it's good. It's 1.7.1. It's an update of the previous one, and the OC improvements are as follows. Now, I do want to say that I didn't get to test my 40 series rig because it won't update. I don't know why it won't update, but I'm stuck with the older rig, and now it's just erroring out. What in the world is wrong with this rig? I'm gonna be going into the shed this morning, man. When one thing breaks, everything breaks, it feels like. But I can give you some results. So the 3070s went from 140 to 156 megahash. So you're looking at about 10% improvement. It was pretty good. The 4060 Ti didn't get that much of a performance bump. You're looking at Hynix went from 96 to, or I'm sorry, from 92 to about 98, and no, sorry, Hynix went from 92 to 96, and I am so sorry. I botched that. Let's start over. There are two kinds of memory on the 4060 Ti's. There's Hynix and Samsung. Hynix is actually the better memory. We went from 98 to 101 on the Hynix and 92 to 96 on the Samsung. That was what that was. I do apologize. The 3070 I already told you about. The 3060 Ti went from about 117 to about, here, let me pull my farm up in here so you guys can see it. I'll show it to you. Like I said, I do try to record this in a, not gonna let me log in. I do try to record this in a podcast-esque format so you can listen in the car. So I'll just read it to you. The 3060 Ti's went from 117 to about 131. And I think a really, really big winner was the 1660 Supers, which went from 34 to 51. And remember, all of the watts, they fluctuate. So, you know, you can only take the software watts so seriously. Software watts are about 60 to 68, depending on the 1660 Super. The 170HX had like no improvement. Funny enough, I think I heard it was because of the way Rago has the cards utilizing the memory, I think. And I think because you can't modify the memory much on the 178Xs, you didn't see much of an improvement. So you went from 115 to like 122 on the, or 215 to like 222 on the 170HXs. Let me see if I can get you. The 3090, by the way, went from like 220 to like 290. So that was a very solid improvement. It seems like the GDDR6X ones had a good improvement. The 3080 was like 185. I didn't have an update on that one, so I can't tell you how much, but I suspect it improved quite a bit as well. And my 90HX was terrible on this. Maybe it was just because I clocked it wrong. I don't know how to clock it. I don't know the first thing about clocking the 90HXs. So yeah, catching up on the chat. Jersey Jedi asked the power usage on the 1660 Supers. I already told you that. It's about 52 to 58. Solely says 20 series cards suck on Rago Xelis. So thank you for telling me that. I will check my 2060. My 2080 Ti was doing about 96 before the update, which is not good compared to the 30 series. So he's probably right. Zapirate says my CMP HBM cards don't do too bad. No, I think the CMP cards do great. I just don't think they got as much of a bump. Like it seems like the 30 series went nuts. I have a 3062. I had that one-off rig. I had to shut it down last night, and I unplugged last night, and I didn't turn anything on that was off last night, so I did not get to go back to it. I will go back to it, though. Catching up on chat. Tiago Santos. By the way, if I butcher your names, I apologize. Man, this Pyram coin can be so profitable in the future. Great potential. I mean, look, I'm not going to tell you anything positive about any of the Caspa forks because Caspa forks are Caspa forks are Caspa forks. I'll wait and see. I don't own any. I'll put it that way. Pure Crypto Bros says, I can't remember how to update the miner manually. Pure Crypto Bros, which miner are you asking about? Zig Miner says, all my 4060 Ti's are Samsung. I've got about a 50-50 split. Zig Miner. Jersey Jedi says, we can't see your Hive screen. Yeah, I know you can't. Let me see if I can get on it for you. I did that on purpose. Like I was just talking again because I'm recording in like a podcast-esque format, and it logged me out of that screen. So give me a second, and I'll try to get back in. The screen is frozen up, so you're gonna have to give me a second. Let's see. Just joking around. So there is a Rogue 170HX BIOS that can adjust the core offset now. Just joking around. Would you be able to send me that? That would be kind of amazing. And do you know if it has to be the 10 gigabyte version or the 8 gigabit version? I know there's multiple BIOSes going around, and I figured once we could generate signed BIOSes that it was only a matter of time before something like that happened. Sorry, I'm trying to log into my Hive. I'm not a woman, this is a compliment towards them, which means I can't multitask well. Let me see if this lets me in. What's up, DTG? He just said, what's up? Duke Nukem says, SRB just added support for Xelis. Yes, we just got into it. I explained how the SRB dev is pissed at me because I said don't use his miner yet because it's not worth mining compared to the Rago miners. You can see my farm right here. It's a little bit of a mess right now. Let me show you I'll show you some of my updates. Here's the 1660 Super. You can see what they're getting right here. Catching up on chat. Red Panda, I have the 170HX custom NDA BIOS. Okay, Panda, I'll be bothering you on that. Thank you. Is that the one that you already had, though? Because I have that one, too. Let's see. He says, higher ergo hash rate. Smash that like, bro. Said, how's the 4090 on Xelis? I heard it was pretty solid on Xelis, but I've never owned one. Let's see. Just joking around says, won't the NVIDIA please come for you? And Panda says, nope. I don't know how you can prove that there's anything wrong with it. And I'm not distributing it, but I don't think anybody can. I'm going to hit him up. And Duke Nukem says, well, yeah, but Rago doesn't have AMD support. And Duke Nukem, you are totally right. But what I said earlier, and please smash that like button, by the way, and feel free to sub, is that it's not worth putting your AMD GPUs on it when you're barely doing what a 1660 Super can. You're just not going to be profitable. I would not bother. Just leave them on whatever they're on because they're probably more profitable. I think once he gets the miner better, like he says he just got it out to get it out. And I get that because people will help you. But like if you were going to get it out to get it out, you should have did it a week ago when 1.0 was there. So I'm going to tell everybody who listens to me, and there should be none of you who listen to me because you shouldn't listen to me, not to use it till it's ready. And if people don't like that, they don't have to like it. Crypto Clutch, go away. Crypto Clutch, he says, Illwise RPM here. Crypto Clutch is an awesome YouTuber who doesn't YouTube, and he was one of the reasons I got into the shed, but now the teacher is the master, and Crypto Clutch doesn't know anything. Joking aside, Crypto Clutch, I'll get a 580 on it. Somebody find me good overclocks because I'm not going to be bothered to learn how to overclock a 580 on this thing. DTG says, NVIDIA has been opening up things for development, ? No, somebody figured out how to hack their BIOSes and sign them. Zig Miner says, my 4090 gets 370 kilohash at 240 watts on Zell. That is cool. Actually, my 40 series looks like it updated. Let's see if it hates me. Okay, so here it looks like it's the updated numbers on the 40 series, at least for me. Let me get these up and we'll look at the comparison. So here's my 40 series. I think, so look, I'm not going to tell you my 40 series overclocks are the best out there. I will tell you that my NVIDIA, my 30 series, my 3070, my 3060 Ti overclocks are the best out there. I will tell you that, and I believe that. But let me show you the before and after of the 40 series. Let me see. I have it somewhere over here. Is this it? Yes, here it is. All right, I'm going to drag this on the screen and show you the difference. So this is before the Rago update. Here, I think I can line it up where you can just match them. So here's... Oh, that doesn't work. So here's before the update right here. You can see what I was getting. And this is with the same overclocks. And this is after the update. So the 4070 went from 137 to 185. The 4070 Super went from 163 to 189. The... trying to scroll down so everybody can see. The 4080 went from 211 to 254. The 4070 Ti, it looks like it ranged, went from 163 to between 191 and 202. So it's a pretty good improvement, actually. So that's a lot better of an improvement than the 4060 Ti's. And I will put a quick tweet out later showing you the improvements. I'll just leave this up for a few minutes if you guys want to take a look. So these are what the improvements look like. You can just see the difference on the cards. It's pretty good. That's actually pretty good. I'm pretty impressed by that improvement. Catching up on chat. Duke Nukem says 79 XTX is doing 240 kilohash, 69 at 130. I mean, they're terrible numbers, Duke Nukem. They're so I'm not going to say the 79 XTX, but the 6900 XT at 130, that's worse than a 3070. I think he's got to improve the miner a bit, and once he improves it, I'm good. But like look at the older cards, they're doing awful. Mumph says, "Can we see all your OCs somewhere?" Yeah, let me pull up a notepad. I think I can get a notepad with all of the overclocks. Here, let me do that for you. Hold on, let me file new, save. Hold on one second. All right, let me just give me a second. I'll get the overclocks up on a new window so you can see them. I think I can do this. All right. Sorry about that. You just you lost my scene. You caught me off guard, but let me see if I can get this done. All right, so I've got a notepad up. I'll start copying and pasting the OCs. I'll start with the 3070s. These are, in my opinion, the best overclocks that you can get on the 3070s. I don't think there are better, but you know, just my opinion on that. Let me get you that flight sheet. Now, remember, you will have to adjust accordingly. So with the 3070 overclocks, right? If you're crashing, because people have been telling me, they're like, your overclocks are causing me to crash. You need to, let me just get this set up real quick. They're saying that your overclocks are getting me to crash. So if my overclocks are causing you to crash, remember, you need to do your own testing too. But I'm going to move my beautiful head to the middle. You need to make sure that you lower your core clock offset. If you need to, that would be the first way to fix it. And then maybe you want to lower your memory clock. So the core clock offset I have is 275. I had to lower it for some of my 3070s because they don't like that. So you might have to lower that. And if you're still having problems, I would look to lower the memory clock. You can also lower the memory clock lock. It's weird. Normally, you can never go really above 5,000, but it works for 6,000, and I've confirmed it in NVTool in the miner. And it does make a difference for hash. Don't bother with efficiency on these things because they have power fluctuations. And I was testing quote-unquote efficiency settings. Sorry, I'm trying to see what my thing looks like. And efficiency settings, honestly, literally are just like the power fluctuates like 2 watts less. So I don't think efficiency settings matter. So Pirate says, posted my Radeon 7 results on Discord and shows CMP results as comparison. I will read that, Zapirate. He posted it in my Discord. Basically, the Radeon 7's getting 50 kilohash versus the Tesla CMP 100s at 172. It doesn't keep up, guys. Like, it doesn't keep up at all. George Range says, can you give the best 3070 Kapow overclocks, please? Oh, wow. I'll do that in a little bit. I don't want to get off topic on where we're at. George Range, ask me that in a little bit. Crypto Clutch says, I need to sit down and OC my cards. I have a generic clock. Dude, when you have like 130 cards of the same thing, of course you're going to have a generic clock. Let me get you 3060 Ti overclocks right now. Let me find those for you. I wonder if I just used the same thing. I did adjust my 3060 Ti. I think I did. Let me look. No, they're different. Okay, so here are my 3060 Ti clocks. They're looking like I changed it to 265 and I dropped the memory a little bit on them. I usually don't put the same memory overclocks on 3060 Ti's. I feel like they get a little wonky. Let me show you my 4060 Ti overclocks. I'm pretty confident in these. You can see what my 4060 Ti's are getting. Sorry, I have like 50,000 windows up right now. So I'm looking at something that you're not even seeing. So I do apologize about that. There's just a lot going on my screen, and I'm trying to answer everybody's questions. So I'm pulling up my 4060 Ti overclocks right now. And for anybody listening in the car, you can just look at them later. I don't want to read them out, really. 4060 Ti. I can't do everything like a car cast. I'm trying my hardest, though. Whoops, why did it show my... Here's my 4060 Ti's. You can see right here. They range from 98 to 101. I think I gave you the wrong numbers earlier, the improvements. You can see, though, that the Samsung ones do not perform as well as Gigabyte or as Hynix. It's like a Jekyll and Hyde for the 3060 Ti's. Let me share with you my overclock settings. So for anybody listening in the car, if you want to watch later, my overclock settings are on a notepad on the side of the stream. 4060 Ti. So I'm gonna put Zel OCs. Yeah, I know the Turings are really bad at Zel overclocks. Based on the very limited testing that I did. So I'm not really going to do too much about those. Really just like the 40 series and the 30 series got a bump. So essentially for the 4060 Ti, it's just a locked clock of 2600. Mine didn't like going above 26. I tried to push them harder. They just didn't like it. A memory offset of 280, memory lock of 1200, and then just the ZIL settings. You can probably up the memory a little bit to 1400, but I noticed it didn't really do anything. It just used a little more power. And I guess you could maybe raise the offset, but mine were a little unstable. And this was the stable settings, and with their nerfed memory bus, you can't really do too much. But they're not bad. I mean, they're using like 80 watts at the software. So they're definitely using less watts than a 3060 or a 3070 Ti. Let's see. Catching up on chat. DTG says fire. Thank you very much. Jock Miner says evening. Sorry, work gets in the way. What's happening? I get it, man. Work got in the way yesterday and today. I definitely... I'll be unplugging for the weekend, and I won't have as much content to drop as I wanted to. Red Panda says 130 to 135 PL, 150 core, 60 to 1000 memory. Panda, take a look at the settings I'm using. You don't need a power limit. Power limit doesn't do anything if you just offset the core, which... Oh, never mind. I'm sorry. Panda is giving kapow overclocks. Thank you very much. Panda says 130 to 135 PL, 150 core. Wait, hold on. Never mind. I think I have this wrong. He says 150 core, 60 to 1000 memory, and 130 to 135 PL. You could also up the power level to 150, which will get you like 28. But I'm not a kapow overclocking expert. I did it once. Thank you very much, Panda, for helping me on that one. Black Hat Team says, help and hit that like button. Yes, please smash that like button. I appreciate it. Golden Wolf says, I use Chat GPT to overclock my cards in Hive. That's a great video. I am going to put my test bench like on a video, and I'm going to see if Chat GPT can overclock it. Oh my goodness. That's a really good idea. I'm going to do that. Hey, Sadie, what's going on? Sadie said, what's up? Golden Wolf says, LOL. I am definitely going to see if I can get ChatGPT to do my overclocks for me. Jersey Jedi says, any Xelis overclocks for a regular 2060? Yeah, I have some. I don't think you're going to like them, though. I'm kind of a baby when it comes to the 3060. I had bad experiences on it in ETH, and I don't think you can push it hard. So let me share them with you, but I could totally be off. What did I even do? All right. So essentially what I did for 3060s, and people told me these were not very good overclocks. I just want you to understand that. I did this. People called me a baby and said you could do better, but I didn't have the courage to. I did 275 core offset. I did a 1605 core lock. I did a memory lock of 1,000. People said you could take it to 1,100. Again, I don't have the courage. I actually had it at 900. Because I have a 30 series one-off rig that I hate, but I just have one of every card, so it just made sense to toss them together. And I had the memory lock at 5,001. People said you could crank it to 6,001, and they said you could do memory lock at, or the memory offset, I'm sorry, at 1,100, and you could put the core offset up higher, but I didn't have the courage to do that. So take these ones. I'm going to put in parentheses that these aren't the best. I only have one 3060, so I didn't spend much time on it. DJ Mines, what's going on, dude? I hope you got your... DJ Mines says, yo, I hope everything got resolved for you. Crypto Clutch says, I have 100 plus of the same card. Yeah, man, if I had 100 plus of the same card, I would not be tuning them all at the same time. Like, I'll tune via rigs, because I try to put, like, for example, this Octo Miner right here, this Octo Miner, no, not this one. Which one? This one is mostly Zotacs, which run hot. This one is the one that hates me. This one is where I put every bad GP, every bad 3070 went into this case. So like I have to change the overclocks sometimes for some other algorithms on this one. So I get it. Let's see. Elias Master says, how is the profitability on Zell? Okay, so listen. This is a good thing to talk to you about. All the Zell profitability calculators are utterly borked. I've never even looked at one. People are just sending me results and they're just all off. All I know is the amount of Zell that is deposited into my account every morning, what it is worth, okay? And I have been making double what you would be making mining anything else right now. Double. And I'm using less power to boot. So I'm glad the Zell calculator's borked because everybody doesn't want to try it. But for the last 8 days now, I have been making at least $100 profit on my farm. That's after paying for power cost. And I've been buying a lithium every single day. See if I'm dumb or not. Sultry says, my 3060 Ti and 3070 will not lock at 601. If you're in Windows, I don't know if they will. Mine have locked at that. Let me show you my 3070 Ti rig. You can see it right here. I'm just using 3070 settings basically. Let me go into it and I'll NV tool it so you guys can see it, that it locks. Let's see. Chris Hanley said, what's up, Sadie? And Sadie said, what's up back? DJ Mines, everybody smashing 22 for him. What is going on? Panda asked him if everything was nuked. DJ Mines says accounts are back. That is awesome. And he said 95% of his crypto was on Tangrum. Tangrum is a great wallet. I have to, I'm getting mine up. It's a great. And he said, I'm good to go. They got my Hive mapper and some random shit. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope you get everything resolved. And I'm pulling for you. That's bullshit that you got hit twice. Jock Miner, he says he's getting his 6600 XT tomorrow. I'm really glad. Him and I were talking about what GPUs he should buy next. And we were thinking about 3060 Ti's, but for him, it makes sense to just do 6600 XTs. Elias says, how does AMD miners do on Zell? We already talked about that, but I will show you real quick. You have the 3070 Ti up there. Let me show you what some of them do. Here, let me move some of these up so you can see it real quick. They don't do well right now. The BC250 does like 36. And those overclocks are correct on the BC250 because you can't really do much on them. My 6000 series overclocks are not correct. They're just Kapow overclocks, but it doesn't matter because they should be doing close to they should be doing 3070 numbers, and they're not. Or I mean the 6900 and the 6800 XTs. But these numbers are probably off. I think you can get closer to like 90 on them, but it's still not good enough. I would not mine on AMD GPUs until we get another update or two. Oh, man. DJ Mines says it's okay, just a few thousand. I mean, I'm sorry, brother. Zigminer says he's setting up 2 more BC250s this weekend. Awesome, dude. What are you mining on them? So Free says it's good to see DJ Miner back. I'm sorry if I butchered you. By the way, if you joined, smash that like button. And good news, by the way, too. I also wanted to let you know, for all you lunchtime streamers, Hobbyist Miner will be streaming on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So between me and him, you will have a 12 o'clock noon live stream from Monday through Friday. So that's pretty sweet. And I think Rabbit does the weekends. So that's pretty cool. Zigminer says, waiting on 16 M.2 NVMe's from China. Yeah, man, I'm never using USBs again. Can we see the 3070 Ti overclocks? Yes, you can. Let me put those on here. 3070 Ti is weird. I think if I spent more time on it, I could get better settings since they do so well on memory algorithms. But I have 6, and I was content for it to do what a 3070 could do. But I'm pretty sure there could be some play for the 3070 Ti. But I essentially just have these settings. Hold on, let me show you. 3070 Ti. I don't mess with the memory as much on the 3060 Ti's or 3070 Ti's because I don't want to crash it. This is basically what I have. I'm pretty sure you can do better. I think you can do a little better. I haven't messed with it. I'm sure you could get into... Here, you know what? Let's mess with it real quick. Let me mess with this. I would think that we get more play on the memory overclocks, right? Right? If anybody's familiar with 3070 Ti's, let me know. I know they do a lot better on memory. Let me try upping the core to 1400. We're gonna up the core to 1400, and we're gonna apply the changes, and we're gonna see what we get. Someone asked to look at the 3070 Ti's because he couldn't see the core lock on him. Let me get that for you. For anybody listening in the car, we're playing with 3070 overclocks. I'm going to show you that they are holding. Hold on. No, there we go. You can see the 30. You can see them right here. They are locking at. They're locking at 6001. You can see they all locked at that. So. And this is what I'm getting right now. We'll see if I just changed the overclocks around, so we'll see. They look a little better. One of them hates me. I don't know why it hates me. Let me reboot this rig. I'm gonna reboot my 3070 Ti rig. Sometimes I have 1 or 2 GPUs in a farm that just don't overclock correctly, and just to be frank, I don't care enough to tweak them. I just kind of roll through it. Jockminer UK says, yeah, Krootman, thank you very much for your help and advice. I appreciate it. Zigminer says, Wart and Zill selling daily for Alpha and BTC. Yeah, I was on Cubic and Iron. I'm back to Wart and Zill on one of them. I don't even know how to tell profitability on BC250s. So I kind of just like do what some other people who I trust are doing. They're making money. So here's the thing. Xelis is covering all of my power costs, and I know how much a BC250 costs to run. It costs me about $5 a day to run. So if I'm getting more than $5 a day in crypto, then it's worth running them. RPM and Rabid do the weekends. Yeah, as a pirate. So basically you have a lunchtime stream every day. I think Hobbyist has his up already. I'll link it, and I'll retweet of it too if you want to leave it up. I know he makes them early. And I will not be live this Friday, as I've already said. I will be unplugging. I have some social events to do this weekend, and I just don't have time to tube. Unplugging is very nice. I've been unplugging a lot more lately, and I'm not sorry about it. Let me see. You've got the Zell overclocks right here. We're still talking about Zell. If everybody wants to talk about Zell, we will. I do have one more topic I would like to cover. I'll probably do that in about 5 minutes or so. Duke Nukem says, those NVIDIA clocks, is that in Rago, and have you messed with Profit Miner? I don't know what Profit Miner is. I haven't messed with any of that. LOL Miner, Dev and I have a good relationship. We were talking. He can take constructive criticism. He said something about another miner, but I haven't messed with it. DJ Mines, not BC250, the motherboard. I don't know if you've heard of these yet, but I'm sure you have. These BC250 rigs right here. These things are basically 12 PS5s in a server case, and they're pretty cheap. If you got them a few months ago, they were ROIing in like 2 weeks when nobody knew about Wart. So I have two of them, and one of them ROI'd, and the other one I got sponsored, so that ROI'd already. But they're pretty solid. If you want to get something up quickly, you get a lot of stuff. You get them up pretty fast, but they do require a lot of work. You need to flash 12 hard drives, set up 12 hives. You need to get 12 US or Ethernet cables, and you need to replace that fan shroud because that fan shroud is way too loud. So they do require a lot of work, and they guzzle a crap ton of power. They're not efficient, but they're profitable. It's really weird. You kind of look at them like a cheap ASIC that right now I don't think you could resell them for what you paid unless you have the fan shroud mod on them. But I would say that in a few months I would think they would be I would think that the resale value would go up once they sell out of these things. But also they cost less than a 4060 Super or a 4060 Super or 4070 Super, sorry. They cost less than a they cost less than a 40 what do they cost? I'm losing my mind. They cost less. They cost about the same as a 4070 Super at $650. I'm losing my GD mind on these things. Murph says, any chance I could get your 16 series and 40 series Ti? Yeah, Murph, you can ask in Discord, but I will post the 1660 overclocks right here. I should do that thing where you can pay to get my time because a lot of people ask me questions and I try to answer as best as I can. It's just I get a little busy. Let's see. I reset this thing and the overclocks are worse. Well, that's funny. I'll mess with this later. I don't really have time. I'm good enough with that as it stands right now. 1660 overclocks. I gotta go into the farm after this. This will be fun. I will get those for you right now. Flight sheet. Here are my overclocks. Now, all the overclocks take into account ZIL mining because you should be mining ZIL. I can't tell you how profitable these things are individually. Like I said, I just know what my total farm profit is, and we're rolling with that. Let me get them right here. 1660. Because a lot of you guys like 1660 Supers. A lot of love for the 1660 Supers. This is what I used. I didn't really tweak too much. I played around with them for like 10 minutes. I didn't play around with these like the 3070. That's the one. Honestly, you probably don't even need the power limit. I don't know why I have the power limit. I'm probably going to remove that. I'm going to remove the power limit. Maybe I can get better hashing. Let me try that. Update. I am currently removing the power limit from my 1660 Super flight sheet. Let's go back to the chat. DTG says, I want one. Interesting. Dude, if you do buy one, and I do need to tell you that they do sponsor me. They sent me one, so I can't be considered unbiased anymore. But I bought one before they sponsored me, which is why they sponsored me. So I think they're worth it. I think they're just a low risk. Your profitability numbers will vary right now, but like I think you could make probably like $3-4 a day profitability on them as it stands right now. You're going to use up to like between 1,500 to 2,000 watts, but like look at a 40 series rig. 40 series are only making a few dollars, like $1 a day anyway. So like I don't think there's any problems with it. Saroof says I'm getting 158 mega hash with your OCs. That makes sense. Surly asks, what NVIDIA drivers am I using? I am using 525.125.6. Maybe I should update my drivers. I don't know. I'm refreshing my overclocks. They look exactly the same. They don't look any different. Murph says, thanks. No problem, man. My 1660 Super overclocks are right there. All right, so for anybody just jumping in, we talked about Rago Miner and how it's probably the best miner to use. We talked about SRB and how it's too early to make it viable for AMD mining. You guys can play with it. I have a link on my video, and you can use it or not. It's it's whatever you want. Krootman Crypto Clutch says new Rago gave me 25% boost in hash. I'm seeing 10 to 25% improvements depending on the cards. Some of the 40 series are high. The 30 series looks really good. The 4060 Ti, it was interesting that the only ones that didn't really get a boost were the 4060 Ti and the 170HX. Now, I do want to preface, I have one Turing GPU I'm mining with, so don't take my Turing results as gospel. All right? Please don't. I'm getting thrashed pretty hard in the Xelis Discord. Hey, man, if they don't like it, they don't have to like it. So, you know, it is what it is. There's another miner called Profit Miner. I'll check out Profit Miner. I don't know anything about it. I mean, I'll check it out. I tend not to use miners that I don't... Like, I tend not to mass recommend miners that I don't trust, and I've never heard of Profit Miner before. So, maybe I'll check it out. You know, all the other miners, SRB, 10, and Rago, I've heard before. So, Zeg Miner says, get any cubic solutions on your BC250s. I got 4 last one when I had all 24 on them, which was kind of a bummer. Right now, I have 0 on, but I only have one BC250 rig on it right now. So I have like 355 ITS, so I have nothing right now. I don't know. Like, they're getting 19, the BC250s are getting like 19 eats right now on Cubic. So like, I don't know if I'm going to stay on it. I heard that this one is going to be worth a lot. The last time they did one of these, my 40 or my 7900X rig made me like $27. That was the only one I left on Cubic, and it found 2 sols. So I was pretty happy with that. Let's see. Dude, yes, Cubic. Yeah, I mean, Cubic, I heard they killed it for GPUs. I should have put my 40 series on it last week, but I was doing really well on Xelis. Like, I think my Xelis profitability numbers are probably similar to Cubic, but I don't know. I could totally be wrong. I mean, it's hard to calculate these coins, and that's probably why profitability is so stable, is because people don't, like, they look at the calcs and they don't see the numbers anywhere, and the numbers don't make sense. Like, if you look at hashrate.no right now, like, it's not anywhere. Look, it's telling you to mine iron and pyrum. Like, they're telling you right now that you'll make 17 cents on a 3060 mining iron and pyrum. I'm good. Look, the reason I'm telling you not to use the BC250s, by the way, is your hash rate and 160s on Xelis, is your hash rate is so low that, like, you're just going to get smoked by, like, I don't know how you're profitable when you're just going to get smoked by all the 30 series on there, which is the problem. Duke Nukem says GPUs are pretty crippled on Cubic. That's what I heard. I had some people reach out to me this morning when the Epoch switched, and they said, if you're on, pull it off. Zig Miner says, I hit one solution on 12X 3900Xs in 3 days. Oof. Yeah, I didn't move my 3900Xs. They're still on Zephyr. They're making like 38 cents a day. I mean, that's better than most GPUs, so I'm not complaining on that. I'm leaving the 7900 XT or the 7900X on Cubic, and the BC250s, I'm going to be honest with you, I have no idea where the F to put them. Duke Nukem says, dual 7740 Xeons doing 340 ITS. 7950 doing 186 ITS. My 7900X is doing 127 ITS right now, as far as what I'm showing. Let's see. That's so we can either keep talking about Xelis or whatever you want to mine. And like I said, I do want to reiterate that I feel like the profitability calculators, which are telling you to mine like Ergo and Pyrum or Iron and Pyrum or whatever, are just totally off, because I think Cubic and Xelis are probably the most profitable thing to mine, but nobody will see. But nobody can see that. Duke Nukem says they're epics, not Xeons. Those are doo-doo. Well, I apologize. I was wrong. They are epics, not Xenons. I got about 9 minutes left. I do I will probably stream a little bit longer since I'm not going to do another stream. I will probably go till 1:30 to 1:45. I do want to talk about so there was some clickbait articles that were up, and this kind of applies to crypto mining, but I do want to talk about this because it's in my title, and I want to make this known. PC Gamer released an article that was kind of really disappointing. It was super freaking clickbait. AMD's graphics business looks like it's in terminal decline. Now, a lot of other tubers already have disproven this. I'm just giving you my opinion on it. I think it's hogwash. I think basically it just talks about how there was not as much of an interest in RDNA 3, but there wasn't as much of an interest in the 4000 series too. And I don't think AMD locking down the BIOS did them any favors because crypto miners aren't buying them either. But like, they're still good GPUs. And look, sales are down across the board everywhere. And I also think that, AMD does a lot from their Steam Decks and their PlayStation and their AGPU sales, which are all down because we're in like the middle we're like in the end of generations. As Sony even said, we're in the later half of the PS5 life cycle. So people are either waiting for like the PS5 Pro, which I think was going to be garbage, or they're waiting for RDNA 4 or Blackwell. So of course people aren't buying GPUs right now, and AMD's GPUs stink. This generation stink at crypto mining because they're all locked down. So that hurts sales as well. But like, I think it's not in terminal decline. So yes, right. The earnings, right? Let me find this. I gotta find this. Yes, AMD's gaming revenue is down 48%, which is a big deal. But come on, I don't think Lisa Su is stupid enough to say they're going to get out of the GPU game completely. Like R&D for AI GPUs, which the business is doing great for them. I mean, you just have to look at their AI, like $4 billion for AI chips. It says in this Investor Place article that AMD Q1 estimates are better than they thought in the CPU category and in the AI chip category. MI300 accelerator sales surpassed $1 billion. Like, you use your, like, when you make GPUs, the R&D goes into both. Like, that is why Blackwell is getting released early, is what some people think. They think that NVIDIA is so worried about AMD's AI GPUs that they are going to have to release Blackwell early because they're like the same thing. So for people saying that AMD could get out of GPUs, that's a load of BS. It is an utter load of BS. Now, I don't know how publicly traded companies work. I'm not an expert in that field. I'm just going from a technical aspect. So there could be something that I just am not on board with. But like RDNA 4, right? If they price it right, it's going to be incredible. I saw a tweet today from Kepler. I actually retweeted it if you guys follow me on Twitter, and I think you should. I'm biased. Kepler said, basically, right, ray tracing performance. For ray tracing performance, he says RTIP 1.0 equals PS5. RTIP 1.1 equals Xbox and RDNA 2. RTIP 2.0 is equals RDNA 3, which is 7000 series. RTIP 5.0 equals RDNA 4, which he's telling you that there's going to be there's going to be like 100% ray trace performance gain in RDNA 4. If they price these things correctly, you could have the best 1440p GPU. You could literally have the best 1440p GPUs out there. Let me see if I can get this Kepler tweet on screen so you guys can see it. Here it is. Here's Kepler's tweet right here. And Kepler knows what he's talking about. So, RDNA 4, if they price it correctly, could literally be the best thing out there and blow GPU sales out in the open. And RDNA 5, if any of the rumors are true on RDNA 5, NVIDIA is legitimately scared of it. So, anybody who says that their terminal velocity is full of BS. Now, I get that these numbers are down 50%, and that's not good, and investors don't care about comparisons and blah, 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 blah. But look at their stock price overall. Like, if we search AMD stock price, which is all investors do care about, right? Look at AMD stock prices right here. It's not doing bad at all. They're up 4% today, or they're up 3% today. Like, guys, AMD's GPU business is going to be fine. This article right here is clickbait BS. Look, everybody is guilty of clickbait at one time or another, right? But like, this clickbait is utter crap. Like, look, I don't know if I'm willing to even call the RX 7000 series a disaster. Maybe when we look back, we might call it a disaster compared to like how good RDNA 4 and RDNA 5 do. But like, nah. I mean, if you're gonna go that way, then you're gonna say that Ada Lovelace is a disaster. Like the way you look back at Turing. Like, okay, so if you look back at the way people talk about generations of NVIDIA, right? They're like 10 series. 10 series is Pascal? No, Maxwell. It's Maxwell or Pascal. I got it wrong. The 10 series. Everybody looks at that so warmly, so fondly. 1080 Ti got all these videos on its anniversary. Even Gamers Nexus did one. How amazing it was. Turing. Everybody hates Turing. Everybody says Turing sucked. Don't buy it. It was terrible. Ampere. Everybody thinks Ampere was amazing. Obviously, the crypto boom and the price boom and the collapses has put a dark cloud on that. But everybody still thinks it was amazing. And Ada Lovelace, I don't know. I think you're just going to remember it by the 4090 being so good and the 4060 Ti being so bad. I think that's how we're going to remember Ada Lovelace. So, like, you're still, like, it's not like NVIDIA's doing much better right now. I don't know, guys. I think these articles are clickbait. I think they're junk, and I think they're nonsense. Catching up on chat. What about Jock Miner? I'm not going to read that. Basically, Jock Miner asked a question that I can't repeat about GameStop, where people are getting wrecked shorting it. Listen, I knew about GameStop 1 when it was happening. I was in that Discord. I was in that subreddit. I saw it. I was just too much of a baby to buy. This one, I had no idea this was coming. I didn't see this. This took me off guard. Duke Nukem says, new AMD may be interesting. 8900 XT or whatever it's going to be was supposed to be pretty scary. Yes. And I'm telling you, RDNA 4, if they price it correctly, like if we get like a $400 to $450 8800 GRE or whatever they're calling it, with that kind of ray tracing boost, guys, holy beep. That will be the best 1440 GPU ever made. And that kind of ray tracing probably puts it on par with Ada. It probably puts it on par with Ada. Obviously not Blackwell, but it probably puts it on par with Ada. Zaruf to ask, any chance for 3080 OC? I didn't OC the 3080 enough, so don't go off me. I would go ask around for that one. I don't think I can give you one. I would look at my 3060. I would look at my 3060 Ti overclocks, and I would probably start around there for the 3080. Jock Miner says, as a home miner, limited power, no better cards than AMD for me. Well, you meant RDNA 2, because RDNA 3 is not good for you. Red Panda Mining, GPU mining is dead. Red Panda Mining, you remember my DM yesterday. What does GPU mining dead mean? Yeah, buddy. Duke Nukem says, thinking they might do another 5600 XT generation. Duke Nukem, that's what this is going to be. People are thinking this is going to be the next Polaris. It really just depends if they price it right. But I mean, like, AMD's earnings are great. Their CPUs are doing great. Like, anybody who tells you that their GPU is in terminal decline and they're going to shutter their GPU industry, listen, BS. Now, you know, maybe their shareholder, like, I don't think Lisa Su would do that. I don't know how publicly traded companies work. As I got into a debate with one of my buddies, he's like, you don't know what you're talking about. They could totally shutter it after a 50% loss. I think that's bull. But again, I don't know how publicly traded companies work. And I'm talking from the technical aspect and the gamer aspect. And I like AMD, so I am biased. And I'm not talking strictly from the price. But like, even if your gaming division is down 50%, your stock prices are up. I don't think anybody cares. Like, and your earnings were better than you hoped. Like, it says Q1 beat estimates, right? Like, it's a 2.2% annual increase of $5.5 billion. I really have a hard time thinking that they would even consider shuttering their GPU industry. Load of crap. Load of crap. Dom G says, Red Panda Mining, crypto mining is dead. Black Hat Team says, you killed it. Red Panda, GPU mining is dead. You get it. Hey, listen, if anybody wants to buy GPUs, buy some 3060 Ti's off me. I am trying to sell them so that I can buy 170 HXs. My farm hates me right now. So anyway, I wanted to tell you that I think that this article is clickbait, and I think it's a load of crap, and I think I missed my chance to do a video on it. I might, but I might just talk about the ray tracing performance of the new RDNA. I think that would be a fun video. Yeah, we're at 1 o'clock. I am out of topics to talk about. We can talk about AMD. We talk about NVIDIA. You guys can tell me what you want to talk about. We got about 27 people in chat. Thank you very much. I like the flow. I'm getting between 30 and 50 people. I think that's pretty good. I'm just trying to expand my reach, trying to grow my subs. Look, I give my opinions. Some people aren't going to like it, and some people might unsub or might not watch me. That's okay. I'm not here to please everybody. I'm here to share my opinions, and if you like me, hang around. If you don't, constructive feedback, or you can tell me to kick rocks. Let's see. Zigminer says, what's your thoughts on selling X amount of 12 3070s for 6 4070 Ti's? Huh. That's a good question. I think they're more profitable. I think for density, it matters. I think in terms of power, right? We're looking at 12. So let's look at this, for example. Nope, that's the wrong rig. So let's look at this rig. This one is the one that hates me. The Overclocks. I had to lower them a little bit. 12 3070s are doing about, what does it say? About 1.3, 1300 watts. The 4060 Ti's, and you're getting, so we'll just do 156 in comparison, right? So at about 1300 watts, 156 times 12, you're getting about 1.8 or 1800 kilohash. So if we look at my 4070 Ti's, I've got more than one, so I'm confident in using those numbers. You can see that we're at about, let's just say 195 at about 115 watts. So if we just take 115 times 6, so you're looking about, let's just say 750 watts. Let's just wing it. Let's say 700 watts for the other stuff you got to power. All right, let's say 700 watts. So 183 or 195 times 6, you're looking at about 1.1. I mean, theoretically for this, you'd probably be less profitable, but for core algorithms, you'd be better off. You'd be more dense, and they probably hold the resale value. I would probably do that. Yeah, I would probably convert. I would probably do that. Yeah, I think I would. But it's not as easy as it was before, based on the current state of the market, if we're being honest. Dom G says, I will buy GPUs when the 4000 series drop in price, still expensive in Canada. I have no idea what Canadian prices are, so that makes sense. Jock Miner says, only ever use power usage at the wall. Don't use Hive. F the fees. Windows for the win free. So NVIDIA's usage at the wall is relatively close, and you can't, like, all of mine are on a circuit where I can see the whole wattage of the circuit, and the Octo Miner's power generation is pretty accurate in the software, which is why I was using Octo Miner, but that includes the fans and everything. And remember, Xelis does tend to jump in power a little bit. Jean, what is up? He says hi. Efficiency will be your choice. 4000 series. If you have cheap power, I will keep 3070s. That's also a good call too. I will not be selling my 3070s yet because they don't sell for as much as I would like them to go for. Nothing else really on that front. Everybody's saying hi to John. So we are at 105. I am starting to run out of things to say. So keep interacting with me if you want me to keep going. So for anybody jumping in, we talked about 1.0 Miner not being worth it for NVIDIA anymore. SRB just released for AMD, which is a great start, and it's a great start, but it's not a good miner compared to Rago. You should not put your AMD GPUs on Xelis yet. We need another release. Probably 1 or 2 more releases. He'll get it. He's mad at me and he doesn't like me anymore, but he's a big boy. I'm sure he can take it. Then we talked about, we just talked about all the Xelis overclocks, which I shared. We talked about Rago Miner and how it's by far the best miner to use right now. We talked a little bit about the BC250s. And then we talked about this PC Gamer article, which I think is BS, where it says AMD's gaming graphics business looks like it's in terminal decline. I found it to be BS clickbait. So we did review all of those topics. A pretty heavy AMD stream. I feel like a lot of these streams are becoming AMD heavy. So I really appreciate you guys watching. I'll go for another 5 or 10 minutes unless like somebody says something that really amps me up. I am kind of running out of steam. There will be no stream for the rest of this week for me. I will be releasing a few videos on timers here and there, but I will be mostly unplugging. I might pop in and out, but after tomorrow, sometime tomorrow, I'll be gone. I'll be home, but I have some local events to do, so I will be basically unplugged for the next 4 days. It'll be a nice unplugging, if we're being honest. So you can reach out to me on socials and on Discord, and I will try to respond when I get home, or I'll try to respond, but no promises. And my email, you can contact me on my email as well. Jersey Jedi says, my 3080 Ti is doing 148 kilohash at around 160 watts for Xelis. You can definitely get that better on Rago Miner. I've seen people get them at like 200 some. I would think that I got my 3080 up to like 180, so I definitely think you can do better. Duke Nukem says, so what would you put AMD GPUs on? That's a good question. I am spec mining Clore AI on all my 6000 series because I think they're the best on Kapow. I'd probably spec mine Clore AI on my 5000 series. My HBM GPUs are on iron because it's the most profitable, and I'm just selling iron to buy into a lithium. You could also spec mine Kapow on that. But I am on iron. My BC250s, I change daily. They're on iron or wart or some combination. I think I'm going to keep one of them on wart and one of them on iron and cubic this week. And we'll see what happens. Ozzy, you missed the whole stream, brother. Ozzy says, what did he miss? You missed basically the whole stream. I just recapped everything. I'm probably going to get off in about 5 or 6 minutes. Golden Wolf finally made it to work. I'm glad you got there. I hope this was a good stream for you. Be safe, brother. Have a good day. Yeah, there's not really much else to talk about. Hobbyist Miner will be on tomorrow. He does Tuesdays, and Thursdays. So that's great. So you guys have a stream every day now. I'm excited for that. My farm is in I'm going to have to go play with all my rigs because they hate me right now. So that's fun. I'm not pulling it up in there, but I have a bunch of GPUs that I have to bang into shape. That'll be fun. Other than that, not too much to say anymore. I appreciate everybody who joined. Please smash that like button. I don't know how many people have hit the like button because I cannot see. Oh, I can see it. 15 likes. Smash that like button more. Had about 47 people viewing at the cap, which was great. I really appreciate it. The viewer numbers are going up. Please spread the word on my channel as I am constantly battling the algorithm. And if I don't talk to you guys, I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Like I said, I'll be around for the rest of the day. Going to record 1 or 2 more videos. And I will be around tomorrow for maybe like an hour or 2 in the morning. I don't know. But I hope you guys had a great day. I had a fun 3080 video. I'm going to see if I have enough time to edit it today so I can get it out. I'd like to share that with you guys. But other than that, that's it. If you want to buy 3060 Ti's, DM me. I need to sell a few more of them so I can buy some more 170HXs, which I'll have a video on those soon. I actually have to place that 170HX order. All right, guys. Thank you. Jock Miner says, Krootman, enjoy your break. I will. I'm really excited. I'm going to be getting together with some of my buddies from college. They're all coming up my way. So it'll be a good time. it's always nice when you can kind of like take a vacation but still be in your house. So that's pretty sweet. All right, guys. I think on that note, I'm out. I'm out of gas. I'm out of steam. I don't want the stream to be crappy. I don't really have much else to say right now. Thank you guys for watching. Again, please like and sub. And yeah, check out my latest video on see if you want to mine with the latest SRB miner. All right, guys. Take care. Krootman out. Now I'm out.